Oh, yeah, we are back. Are live. Woo! You are muted, Michael Mann, and it is on your side. Unmute yourself, Daddy. There you are. Talk to me. Say something.
I am here. I am here with a semi-erection, and I'm happy to be here.
Oh, yeah, well, it's good to see you, baby boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is Power Slap time. What's slapping in, y'all? Thank you so much for being here and tuning in. Remember, there is no us without you because this is, in fact, your show. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, normally we'll do a little intro, but this guy's got a lot to share. Dude, I'm excited. This cat's a musician, too. Very accomplished musician. Done a lot of work, plays many instruments. So I know you're going to love him. I know you're working on a record as we speak. As you know, I'm an armchair myself. So let's just get into the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as the card man. You know him as the most awesome man. You know him as the man with the plan. You know him as the most awesome man doing all he can. He's your friend. He's my friend. He's everybody's friend. And most importantly, all Power Slap fans, all Power Slap fighters, and all Power Slap people need to give this man a big hand. Give it up for your friend of mine, Mr. VERN WHITE. Yeah. What's up, sir?
What's going on, man? How we doing tonight?
Good, sir. How are you?
You're pew pew. I'll pew pew you. I'll pew pew you.
Oh my big Mike.
Hey, what do you say?
Oh
Dude,
my gosh, man.
I gotta tell you, you're rocking the Fred Durst beard.
Fred Durst is rocking the VERN WHITE beard, bro.
Either way, just being thrown down.
Thank you. Thank you.
How
That's
you
funny.
doing, bro?
That's funny. I've got that before, though. I'll admit it. It happened at a couple events. I got mistaken for that.
Well, see, I got the same beard too. It's just on my testicles. So
yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah.
You got to get some clippers. Get some clippers.
I'm just getting really old.
It's all right. It's still you guys still got to do it, bro. Still got to clean that weed. Still got to clean that weed trough down there.
I mean, I sit up every morning and go, it's just the rickets. I got the rickets.
That's where the stank comes from, bro. That's where the stank comes from. Get that stank off that.
If the worst thing Michael Mann had was rickets, we'd all be happy.
Yeah, then you wouldn't need to have those shots every 2 weeks.
You're right. That's what I'm saying.
Word.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's start at the beginning, man. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, we got VERN WHITE in the building. Let me pull that up right now. We're going to pull up your stuff, and we'll start at the beginning. Most folks know you as the Power Slap 3D card guy, right? Would you say that that's how most people know you in the Power Slap and Slap Fight world?
Yeah.
I love that. That's so dismissive. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I mean, that's what they call me. I came in as the Nebraskan assassin.
Yes.
There you go. You're a Nebraska boy.
That was yes. I'm from Nebraska, so that's why you always see the red and white. Heck, I got a big old Nebraska chain right up here. It's been a hard 20 years, boys. It's been a hard 20 years. Let me tell you.
I always say go Huskers.
Oh, dude, those were the days. Those were the days, brother.
Yeah.
Rivalry. I know.
Oh, sorry. You. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, LSU.
Oh, I give respect to LSU. I give respect to OU also.
Hey, 2 different divisions, so you got to show respect to both. I get it.
Yeah, the Huskers were the thing. I remember OU, it was Texas and Nebraska were the 2 ones every year we worried about. You know what I mean? Those are the games.
They were bombs. Yeah. Sometimes you guys would win.
Back when with Nebraska used to be the Bug Eaters.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yes, they did. That was the original name. Bug Eaters.
Yes, the Bug Eaters. And then they changed it to the corn and the corn Huskers.
Yeah, now they've just gone on and changed it to Huskers. If you see that on memorabilia,
I think that's better.
Huskers now.
Yeah.
I want my corn back.
Yeah, why did they take corn out of the Huskers?
I have no idea. Right, because it costs too much in ink.
That's
That
fair.
on the price of printing. I mean,
That's dude. 4 letters per shirt, man. That'll save you some money over time, right?
if you think about it, if you gotta find $100,000 somewhere in a year. Oh, let's just take the corn off. We save all that material, all that ink, all that work, and just go Huskers, and we make
Heck
more
yeah.
money.
There you go. Iron Bull Taurus, he is a professional wrestler. He's got it going on. I just want to show this real fast because he's in the chat right now. Shout out to the homie. This is
Mick Jagger, what's his band? Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones, yeah.
Go back and look at
They
their
made a
lyrics.
little noise in the 70s. The
Go
Rolling
look at their lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
they're
I
saying-
don't know, dude. I got one better than you.
all right, get one up me, bro.
Kiss, Christine, 16. When I saw you coming out of school that day,
I got
I
one better
knew
than all of you.
got to have you. I'm like, you pervert.
No,
You're 47 years old in 1978.
you still don't win. You know who
Oh,
wins?
Who?
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's because
And I'm a
he didn't
football
just sing
player.
about it. He lived it.
He did.
Ah.
He did. Second cousin. He did
Yeah.
it. He did it. And she was young.
I
mean,
think she was like 15 or 16
Right.
or something
He-
crazy.
he was my idol. He was my idol. Because I was a piano player. I wanted to play like Jerry Lee, and now I play better than him. So it's all good.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you would say you're a piano man first and foremost?
That was that's what drove the majority of my life. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Was the piano from the
Very
age of
cool. Now, here's a question. Do you consider a piano a stringed instrument?
No, it's percussion.
I didn't ask you.
Okay.
It's neither. The piano is a motherfucking piano.
I
It's
consider it a
strings
stringed
with
instrument.
Percussion.
There's strings in it. Okay.
But it's
Yes.
percussion.
Okay. And you're right. You're right too. But do you even know how those hammers hit? Do you even know how the hammers hit a key? A key is that long.
If a hammer hits a string, it's percussion.
Okay. But I'm
It's
telling
hit-
you,
No, it's
the
not.
operation of it. It's all mechanical. You would have to be a manual mallet that the man hit onto a string for it to
If
be
my-
percussive. Okay.
if my
What you're
hand-
doing on a piano
Wait.
is you're hitting it and it's making the sound. So it is making the sounds of the stringed instrument.
If my penis hit a church bell,
Okay.
it's still a percussion instrument. 'Cause
I
I'm
love Michael
striking
Mann.
one mallet with another mallet.
Yeah, Michael Mann's the kind of guy
don't
like,
call it a
"Hey, man, do
mallet.
you like-"
Stop. You did not just call it a mallet.
I know it's.
Did you mean an
Michael Mann is
inchworm?
the kind of guy where you're like, "Do you like steak or chicken?" And he's like,
Man,
"Well, the thing about spaceships is," and you're like, "Okay, sure."
if I took my inchworm and hit a bell, would it be a percussion? Yes.
The reason,
I love
okay,
it.
so have you ever heard of the Chapman stick instrument? I'm sure you have.
The
Cardman.
Chapman stick instrument.
Yeah, the Chapman stick. Hold on, man. Well, now I'm going to pull it up for you.
Pull
It's
it
one of
up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
That just sounds like a porn.
Tony Levin played it. King Crimson, if you know who that is. That's their
Who
bass.
knows who King Crimson is? Australian progressive rock band.
Okay. Okay.
Something is going wrong, of
I want-
course.
Nothing's going wrong. Everything's fine, bro. We're all
Yeah,
good.
on this end. On my other stream stuff is wacky, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. I'm
I'm trying to
looking
figure out
for-
that. Right.
We are streaming to so many different places, and we are locked up on one stream. But Rumble Studio has been giving me problems. However, Rumble's great. We're great on Rumble, and we should be great on Instagram. But I don't know. But I know we're great on Rumble, and I'll rerun everything if I have to. No worries there. So yeah. Let's see here. So this is the Chapman stick right here. Bam.
I am intrigued.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, sorry. I might be sharing it to the other one. Chapman stick right there. There's Chapman stick. There's
There we
the
go.
Chapman stick.
Oh,
Let's-
yeah, I've seen those. Yes.
So you're playing with funk fingers, and that's basically a piano, then, right? So if you go
No.
funk fingers,
It's not a piano. It's
No,
not.
that's
It's
nothing like a piano. Sorry, I'll disagree. That is
not
nothing like a
a
piano.
piano. Not even close.
Nope, it's right in line with the guitar.
Yeah. So what? 12
right? No, I
strings?
agree. I agree, and I mean that's the thing is that it has like big. It's a 12-string instrument with
Yeah.
2 sets of the guitar, and then 2
Like a
bass strings.
12-string guitar. Like a
Yeah.
12-string guitar.
With 2 bass strings in the middle, separated.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
an
that's
alternate.
cool.
It's
That's
alternate
cool.
string guitar. That's all it is. Yeah. Just like a steel guitar is still a guitar.
But it's with and this one's with the fingers, and it actually has
Yeah.
bass. You can play
Yeah.
the bass. It has 2 bass strings in the middle.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Great.
awesome.
That's great. I can also play bass lines on my EA and D string. It doesn't mean it's a bass guitar. This means I'm playing a bass line on it.
Well, the
Like,
bass player for one of the most technically advanced and musically advanced bands in the world, King Crimson, his bass is a stick. And it's Tony Levin. Look up Tony Levin, widely considered the best.
I know Tony Levin.
That's
one of the best
that's what he
musicians in the
plays
world.
bass with. Is one of those he plays his bass
Yes.
for.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. So anyway, I
But-
wanted to get your thoughts on that, being a musician. Sorry.
It's
No,
a
I
guitar.
think that is really cool.
Mhm.
I don't know how to play it, but I think it's cool.
So I was going to say, so if I played that with a stick, would that be a piano then? Because you're
No.
saying with, you know what I'm saying? No, correct, right?
Well, no.
No, it would not.
No.
Okay. And that's
Now,
fair.
if you set it up and you set it up on something, built a console around it, and then you built the keys with the mechanism that had the hammer, that had the felt to hit the strings, then it would be a piano.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you. Because then it become a strummed instrument to a percussion instrument.
And you know what? It's all music. It all goes hand in hand to blend in to make love sound. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just playing.
No, I
you're
know, I
right.
know you are. Hey, I can take a joke. You guys can call me a piece of shit. You guys can go do shit on me. You can do whatever you want. I'm all good. I ain't gonna be embarrassed or nothing, brother. I'm a
No, dude,
comedian.
I like being put to the fire. To me, it's just like you can ask Mike. Mike roasts me all the time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
talk about how ugly his hat is. And he looks like, I'm telling you right now, doesn't he look like a penis with ears?
You better
Right
stop.
there. He looks
We
like
have the same style, Michael, man. Hush it.
Better
Stop.
stop it with the hat, son.
Yeah,
And
man,
I
watch
possibly
out, dog.
am older than you, so, son.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, not by much. You may look older, but you look more healthy. I tell you what.
Fatter, if that's what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Michael, man, quick question. Who doesn't look more healthy than you? You know what I'm saying? That would be.
One, there's a guy, the guitar player for the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
Keith Richards.
he earned that life. You know what I'm saying?
I know he did. He did. Keith Richards really did earn that. He did. Woo.
I know I look like a foot. You know what I mean? And I'm good with that. You know what I mean? I'm like, ugh.
I think you're a hell of a looking fella.
There you
You're
go.
all right.
Yeah, man. You are good looking for a dead man. I mean, you know.
God, I blow you both. Thank you. Okay.
You tell you what, you'd be big pimping in zombie land.
Oh, wow.
Guarantee it. You'd have all the hoes.
Sure.
Hell yeah, brother.
Wouldn't be getting ass, but be getting a lot of rib.
Okay, so sorry. Let's pretend like we're professional. I am so sorry, man. We're BSing around.
It's all good.
How did you get into Power Slap? Like what hit you? Were you into slap fights before Power Slap like a lot of folks? Was it
I was
you know
into
just kind of
different
the
slaps.
fact
I
that
was into different slaps, yeah, other than just that.
yeah, very cool.
But we all but you know the history of it all, right? Do you really know the
No.
history of it?
Domestic
through
violence?
Russia in the Middle East?
Well, from there to how it came to America and when it started back in 2015.
Hit me. Hit me with what hit me.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
down. Let's talk.
All right.
Yeah.
Back in 2015, there's a guy, Mr. T, I'll call him because I don't know if I have the right to use his name. Okay. So Mr. T, he actually was going to clubs in the South in 2015 stuff. And from what I've been told and what I know, he would, at the end of the night at these clubs, well, the ladies would have slap fights against each other
Nice.
in these clubs in the South. So he saw that and wanted to form it into something and did. From 2016 on, he's worked and built it. But that is in that. Well, I'll just say it. JT Tilley from Slap Fight Championship is actually the one that created it and got the movement going into. And then Dana White went to him when he went to set up Power Slap.
I hope JT got paid. I'm just saying.
Well, I know I'm not. No. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying that's the connections there. That's how that all happened. That's how that all lined up. And then you know Wolverine and Dibs, they came over and stuff like that. And then from there, yeah. And then I started going back at Power Slap 6. But it's crazy the connection that made that happen.
Yeah. Now, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Did Mr. T fight Rocky in Rocky 3?
Yes, Mr. T did fight Rocky and Rocky
It
3
did look like
because Apollo Creed was over.
Michael, man, I'm going to put you on a timeout for 2 minutes whenever you ask a question that bad. Sorry. You're muted. So
I had a good answer for it.
I know you did, but I'm just messing. This is our shtick. Come on
I
now.
love it. I gotta get used to it so I can play into it.
You
I gotta
can
get
talk
used
now,
to it.
Michael, man. I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah.
No, you do not have to.
thought I was
No
a
one's
legit-
asking.
I thought I was on a legit 2-minute timeout. I will take my timeout.
Okay, so but here's my question really fast. A couple things there. One, what do you see? Like, okay, I'm going to be honest, as somebody who has been like you in the business a while. Now, I do a lot of production. That's just what I do. I've fallen into that. It's just I'd like to do production. You know what I mean? It's kind of like after you play, you like to coach, and you know, hopefully, I'm a good coach after I've played a little while.
Yep.
And I love slap fight championships. Like I do love it. Like I watched it. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. Shout out Terry. He got me into it beyond the slap. Everybody go there. But
Terry's a good guy.
yeah, yeah, so good. But so there's that, and then there's slap fight and slap fights and power slap, and they are miles apart, like so far apart. And watching slap fight championships, I'm like, man, I feel like you are so close and you're almost there. There's just a couple things we need to do, and then boom, you are a legit competitor. Do you feel like you're a legit competitor now? Do you feel like, you know what I mean? What are your thoughts when you watch one versus the other? I guess would be the good way to say that.
Production.
I give all the respect to slap fight championship. Bill.
Oh, I love them. No, I think they're wonderful.
No, the fighters there. The fighters there are just as good as the fighters in Power Slap,
or even better. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean that's the farm team. It's like do you remember Bellator back in the day? Like I felt so bad for him. Yeah. I felt so bad for Bellator because it was because as you know, to build up a fighter takes years sometimes and money and effort. And you build this guy up to where he will put asses in seats. 100 people will get off their ass and buy a ticket to go watch this guy. And he's a Bellator fighter. And as soon as he gets there, UFC calls him, hey, how would you like double the money? You know what I mean? And it's like, and then you lose him and you're like, how do I compete? How do I compete? So, but yeah, that's no hate. I love
everybody competes because everybody's just a fighter. Everybody, and from the bottom, you know, to the helpers of the fighters that hold the pads, to the management, to the owners. Everybody's a fighter.
That's true.
That's why it just keeps going.
Well, if you really get down to the bare bones of it, and I know I've been kind of like jerking off and being a dick here, but I'm going to be honest, it really comes down to the production. I mean, you guys have both got the great fighters on both sides. Great fighters on both sides. But then it comes down to the promotion, where the fights are being held, how they're being promoted, all that kind of stuff. And let's be honest, that comes down to one bottom dollar thing. That's money. How can you promote it? The best way to promote it, who's promoting it, who's sponsoring it, all that kind of stuff. You can have the greatest product in the world, but if you don't have the backing, which really sucks because a lot of great promotions go down just because they just don't have the eyes on them.
Right.
Yep.
No, agreed. And but that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing right now.
Trying to be nice to everybody.
My question is how do we get the eyes on these secondary promotions? I mean, I love the main promotion, that's fine, but there are so many other promotions, and these guys are in a contract, and they're in their spot and everything else. How do we get the eyes on the bigger picture of the entire league?
People need to know the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You need to know the history. History is what's important, I think, you know, and then you build on that history and you show people that history and then it gets them into it and then it builds and builds and builds and grows, you know? And they are different. And I got to tell you, I like the way that the FFC runs because I like the movie Fight Club.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get you. That underground vibe feel.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
there's two different things. And that
Yeah.
is that let me tell you, that feeling there is wonderful.
Mhm.
Wonderful. It might be smaller, it might be this, that, but that experience is no less of an experience than what Power Slap puts on.
And
To be honest.
honestly, and honestly, if you've been to those smaller fights, it's more visceral because you're there. I mean, you're. Yeah, I mean, you're.
Except I'm coming always there either way.
You don't need. There's not the big pageantry. A lot of time, it's
Yes.
not about the pageantry. It's not about the big walk up. It's not about all that stuff. It's about just two men or two women standing in front of each other and knocking the shit out of each other.
Well, it's like I was telling Terry the other day. I was like I love the fact they have the replays on their shows. Just hit slow-mo on them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We need a little bit more fighter feature stuff.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna
Yes, I
let me
agree.
mess around for free. I just want to go up there and let me be you know, a first unit producer. You know what I mean? For like one event and just see. And if I suck, you can punch me in my face and tell me to never come back. But if I do good for you, you know what I mean? Because like
Well, now I gotta say, I did meet the producer too, and the producer's a really nice kid. He's a real nice guy, to be honest. So, I got.
But I mean, there's a difference. You understand, producer can mean so many things, right?
It can,
What I'm
it can.
talking about is like, you know, I would probably be more, you know what I mean? I would be more live set producer. You know what I mean? Which would mean my job would be to make sure, because like I did that, you know, I do that for the Grifties in New York every year, which is a big online kind of the Griftosphere with your, if you know who, like, you know, your Alex Steins and your Milo Yiannopoulos and your Otep Jesus is. I produce that show right every
That's
year.
awesome,
In New York.
man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well-
Yeah, you know, that's my actual world. And I
Mhm.
hate that world in a way sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not near as fun.
Well,
So yeah.
I think all three of us are old enough to remember when UFC had no weight class. It was,
That was awesome. That was so awesome coming out in their dresses and their
yeah,
kimonos,
it'd be
whatever they
like
wanted to wear.
it's like
Yeah.
Hoist Gracie against Tank fucking Abbott.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got his autograph.
it was just no heart, and it was nuts. And I
Yeah.
really think that's where slap fight is right now. I think it's in that gray area between what Ultimate Fighting was, which Ultimate Fighting became MMA. I think a slap fight right now is in the middle right now where it can really push past that underground thing if it just had just the right push, just the right stars, just the right
Well, and
venue.
it is, you know, a lot of that is
I
zeitgeist,
agree.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, they're just, and I think both. I think they want to be different. We need them to be different.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I don't think we need necessarily a WWE, WCW,
Oh no.
you know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Let's have it be original.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Let the OG be the OG original.
Mhm.
But bring more views and eyes to that. And that's
Well,
gonna also then bring more views and eyes to Power Slap also.
well,
You know, the
I would.
bad thing here is the Power Slap won't come over and see SFC. You know
That's
what
what
I'm
I was about. That's what I was about to say. I really wish there was some intermingling where you could do, you know,
saying? That's
maybe one day have a, you know, a combined championship. You
yeah,
know,
I'll bet my life that ain't ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
they ain't never
You
gonna
get
happen.
muted for that. So what I wanted to say is I actually
It
mean it
ain't
bad on
ever
that
gonna
one.
happen. I
I
just
bet, oh, come on, don't get mad, dog. Now you're mad. Come on.
I'm not mad. I'm not
No,
mad.
not you, him. I
Oh,
muted
don't
him.
get mad, Michael. Or what do you want
I'm
me to
not.
call me? I
I know we're
want to know
joking.
what you want me to call me, bro. Or what you want me to call you, Michael, man. What should I call you?
You can call me dickhead.
All right, on. I love that. And then
Dickhead.
I'll just stick with Slapmaster Mike. Slapmaster Mike and Dickhead. All right,
there you
that's
go.
what we'll go with tonight.
Fucktard and dickhead. Doing a comedy show.
Good
On a
try.
podcast, all about Power Slap. So no, okay, so here's why I love Power Slap and slap fights all in couple reasons. One, access, man. It's one of those that boxing started this, and this happens a lot in the UFC too. I'm not saying everyone, but it becomes that thing where these fighters become kind of like these elite dudes as far as they become Hollywood rock star level elites. And they don't hang out with the people anymore. They don't kick it. And that's why I kind of love Power Slap, because Wolverine was from the jump. You know what I mean? Isaiah's from the jump. And I could still message those dudes and they'd probably message me back today. You know what I mean?
But they were also not getting $17 million a fight. Okay.
Oh, no. This game is not about making money.
Clearly.
This game is absolutely not about making money. Whether you're a fan, whether you're a high businessman, whether you're a card man, whether you're an announcer, a podcaster, there's no money in this. You do this because you love it.
Right.
I just thought it was funny. He was comparing these guys to Floyd Money Merriweather, going, yeah, they just don't get arrogant. Yeah, they're also not sleeping with 87 Playboy bunnies.
Well,
You know, of course not.
No, I don't agree with you that they're not getting arrogant.
Yeah.
I can't agree with you there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There are some that there's a lot of stuff that's gone into their heads over their MPS. Okay. They do think they're Hollywood. They do think they're big time. And they do sometimes act like that. Not all of them.
Right.
But there are some that, yes, they do. And that was another difference between the two, is that I felt that vibe from certain people. Not my circle, not my friends, whatever, right? But
do you want to name names?
Do I?
You
Nope.
kill me, I'ma be another rapper dead. Popping off at the mouth, but shit, I shouldn't have said.
Oh, come on.
There. No, and that's the thing, man. That's just me.
I'm kidding. I know you would never. I just, for the pod. I had to ask for the pod.
But I love this. I love the music, man. You got to throw that Eminem in all the time. Throw that in. Yeah.
That one, and this is my other favorite drop.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's right. I need that on mine.
Well,
Yeah.
I hate that horn.
I
know
love the
you
reggae
do.
air horn. That's why I do the pew pews, because my partner on my other show has the pew pews, and he's actually like a full-time DJ in Savannah, Georgia. In fact, he's DJing the big Orange Crush about to go down
Nice.
next weekend and all that. Yeah, man. So he's a DJ out there, and so he has all the drops, like 100 drops. I got like 10. But because he has the air horn, I had to get the.
Yeah, I love the pew. My birthday was just last Friday, and this was my birthday present.
Wait! Your birthday was April 4th?
4474, brother.
I'm 4'3", a little younger, but I'm April 3rd,
Holy
dude.
shit. You're fucking younger than me?
Bro,
Yeah,
that's crazy. Me and Vern got the same damn birthday, dude.
Oh my
practically a day apart. I knew.
That's right.
Man.
Oh my God.
That's why we're cool. That's why we vibe. Look at
Hell
it.
yeah, dude.
I am an old piece of shit. Are you serious?
No, you were a dickhead, I thought.
I'm a dickhead, but God, now I feel like an old dickhead. Okay.
Michael, man, when are you going to get your life together? You need to get a job application. Stop
Dude.
drinking.
Shoot, you should be asking me that.
Right now. This is me with my life together.
That's true. I just need you with your life
I
back
believe you,
together.
brother. I think you're doing a fantastic job.
This is the most together my life has ever been.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Let's go.
And FYI, I'm not wearing pants.
Extra point. Missed. You just missed the extra point, brother, on that touchdown. Shoot. You just missed it.
Yeah.
We can do.
Okay, so Vern, sorry, man. We got to. So
Let's
you
go,
don't stand up. One thing I wanted to get into, because as you know, Michael Mann, professional stand-up, me, professional stand-up, I actually created comedyhawaii.com. My little resume, Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, Brad Williams,
Cat.
Midget, Steve-O. Yeah, Cat is a wonderful dude when you get to know him.
So fun.
Right now, currently working with, Country Mike, Alex Stein, some guys like that. You know, James Monet is a guy I kind of helped start, and he's, you know, in Hawaii, but he's about to headline the Ice House. He's about to do another First Nations comedy show. My boy Billy Sherman, who I still to this day tell you is a mentor. He's now in Austin, and he just was on Kill Tony, got a full segment on Kill Tony. So now he's, you know, putting a tour together after that. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, those are kind of my homies that I work with in stand up. Once again, me and man have toured. We have, you know, done the road dog thing where, you know what I mean? We're hitting 5 cities in 6 days and, you know, driving 100 hours. So yeah, man, and a ton of local gigs together. So
Giving you a tag along, you holler.
yeah,
Here's
I got
my,
liners. I throw in. Let's go.
here's my credits. I've done porn. Oh,
If you have,
yes.
I love that. Nice
Yeah.
job, brother. Good work.
That's
Way to be
that's
a
my
man.
credits.
he was
That's my
Amen.
credits.
he was the key grip. So anyway,
The fluffer? What's going on? Mike,
look at that
look,
beard.
you
Look
big
Look
head
at that beard.
liar.
Key gripping gay porn. First job ever.
That beard could
By a
make the-
dumpster behind Mini Mart? What? My, that's not
Hey,
porn. They
let's talk
tricked
about
you.
you.
They tricked
Hey,
you.
let's talk about you. I've heard a lot.
blood, but they tricked you, brother.
No, I wasn't tricked. I was paid.
Okay.
in
I like being tricked.
gallons.
Oh, this is a comedy show. Let me tell you, brother.
Sorry,
I
man.
love it.
My
No,
bad.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so
This is
your favorite power slap fighter, and why is it Anthony Blackburn?
You know, I gotta put I love Anthony. Anthony knows that. We exchange that the verbally. You know, I love you,
yeah.
man. I love you.
Wow. Word.
But I have to stay. I'm a loyal, truthful, loyal man, and I have to say, my girl Jackie.
Okay. Cataline. Yeah, Jackie Cataline. Yeah.
She was the real big first connection, along with Donnie.
Okay.
Von Heerden.
Yeah.
Those were my very well. Actually, Slap for Cash was my very first connection. You can believe that.
Really?
Yep. I ended up flying out, made him some cards, and then I flew out to Miami and met him in Little Havana, down in Cuba, Miami, Cuba, not real Cuba, but down in Little Havana, and I was down there for an hour, just standing around, walking around, checking out stuff. Like the cab driver didn't want to drop me off, and I'm like, "Well, I got to be here." So, yeah, but I got to the hotel finally, and
He's like
yeah,
just
Ash,
roll.
we had a talk, and then he talked to Donnie Van Heerden, who ordered some cards, and then Jackie ordered some cards, and so that's how it all happened. So I ended up going to Power Slap 6 with Donnie's cards, that he had wanted, and that's he took me back to the circa, to the back room where the big couch was, where all the fighters were,
Mhm.
and that's where that kicked off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that,
I
it's a good, it's a
I
good.
gotta ask you a question because when I heard about the cards, I looked them up on eBay. Do you realize how much those cards are going for?
I do know that. Well, personally, me personally, I know I've sold them for over $250. My own.
Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah. I'm gonna tell
I
you
know
that. That's pretty much a starting rate, dude. That's pretty much a starting rate. Because I ran across a Dana White that was like $1,200 fucking bucks. I was
think
like,
that's the featured one on his page.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
the featured one on your
yeah,
page?
it's autographed. It's autographed Dana White, $1,200. But yeah, I mean, it just his autograph's worth about $100. But on the card, I'm just like, dude, that's something to really be proud of, dude.
Well, I
It really,
appreciate that.
really proud of. I'm
Appreciate
not bullshitting you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
I mean, it's really rough. I mean, just getting in the trading card business to start with, much less starting your own line, which is also sanctioned.
What? Yeah, I gotta ask. What was the
It's not
inspiration behind that?
Oh, it's not sanctioned?
Of all the
It's not
things,
sanctioned. Nothing I do
not
is sanctioned.
sanctioned. Nah.
No, I'm an
Okay.
artist.
We are underground. We are punk rock, baby. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I'm just an artist. I'm a street artist, you know.
Okay. Oh,
And then Well, that's what I consider myself after the musician. I thought I turned this thing off. Something's going on here, guys. My phone will not shut off.
Man, if you
shut
gotta take the call, brother, it's all good. We can roll. We can give you a pause.
No,
I
I,
think
Fiverr.
no, I want to. I committed to this. This is my commitment right now. So let me get
getting
this
pointed.
power off. Code. I forgot to type my code.
Ah, okay.
Now it'll power off. There we go. We're good.
Guarantee his code is 6969.
69,420.
69410. Yeah.
That's funny. Speaking of that, I got the internet that Elon has out. That's what I have. Starlink.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I have. That's what I have. I have Starlink, but my code's Starlink 420.
Oh my gosh. We just gave your Starlink code out.
Because the buddy that
You
set it up
have
knew I
to
wouldn't
hit-
forget it that way.
That's
so white cards.
good
Burn
question.
white. What'd you say? You're. I heard white cards.
I said so white. Sorry, so white cards. Of all the
White
things that
cards.
you could do creatively, from flyers to posters to T-shirts to
All right.
you name it, what made you land on cards?
All right. I'd gone through some pretty traumatic stuff. In between 2020 and 2022. I had 3 vaccinations like an idiot, and I caught COVID 5 times. I have Crohn's disease, so I have a lot of internal issues that I couldn't get help for once I caught COVID because of the kidney issues and the Crohn's, all that. So 5 times with COVID while I had Crohn's. Then I had 3 times of pneumonia between those bouts, and
Good
then 2
Lord.
strokes.
But God damn it, at least the COVID didn't kill you.
Nothing.
Did you say
stroke.
2 strokes on
2
top of that?
strokes. 2 strokes also, yes.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
As recently as a month and a half ago. And then neighbor
Mm.
came out and helped me out. But hell yeah. So I was dealing with all of this stuff, and I was just in my basement at the time, and I turned on YouTube, and with all this stuff going on in my life that sort of frustrated me, pissed me off, and is out of my control. Nothing I can do about it. Then I turn on, I see these people just hitting each other, and instant gratification of seeing it knock the fuck out. A surfboard just go pa, or seeing a headbanger go ka-chicka-ba-ba.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So then I'm already cutting cards though when I find Slap.
Right.
That goes back to like 2021. And I was watching YouTube, and I was watching the Las Vegas Nationals for collector cards.
Okay.
At one point, my buddies had it at storefront, and of course the bubble pop. So no more storefront. But during shit, there went my brain. Storefront. We were talking about
You're
cards.
like your first cards. Your first cards. You were.
Oh yeah,
watching-
way back then. So I started off just watching the National, and he walked around the corner, and it was Jeff Wilson, the card investor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I follow him, and I'm watching him, and he goes around the corner, and he starts interviewing Luke, who is a painter who paints on the cards. Okay, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I could probably do that. And then he went to a Nick's booth, which was my next new friend. His name was Sharkbait. His name's Ray. And what he did is he cut cards. And then he would lift them up. And then his thing was he'd make sure that he did these zigzags that looked like shark teeth were trying to bite the athlete inside the card. And so then I was like, oh shit, I know I can do that. I have all this inventory, all these cards. What am I going to do with it? Let's start being a little creative. Let's do what that guy's doing. So one night I got it right here. The worst, it's the ugliest thing ever. But I'll put it out there because it's the very first one I ever did, right?
Yeah.
So I sat down the next night and I made the ugliest Roger Craig card
Nice.
That is the very first
The gold, baby.
card I
Yeah.
ever built,
Nice.
ever, and it is so horrible.
Why do
It is as ugly as a $2 hooker, but it's the
No, it
first.
isn't. No, it isn't. You do
The
better.
first.
You do better, Michael Mann.
It was
No.
bad, bro. It's bad. It's bad. What I do now compared to what I do now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm confident now.
Right.
You know,
I tell you what, I'd rather have your
I-
first. I'd rather have your first one that's your ugliest than your last one. 'Cause
that's
I
I
tell you
had a
what,
guy.
the first one's gonna be worth a hell of a lot more.
I got a guy in town though that's what he did. He had me build a certain card, and
Mhm,
then he asked if I could build a booklet.
Right.
And oh my goodness, that booklet. I mean, I got good at booklets, but
mhm.
the very first one I did looked like you're carrying one of them little Bibles around with you because I made the leather and everything so big around it, and I thought I could sew it, by hand. So I mean, it's
By
this
the way,
real wilderness.
I have a weird thing
Look.
about these kind of books, right? These leathery, you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
dude.
yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 2 cards inside, 2 different Don Madden leads. One of him at the plate and one of him catching the ball first.
Nice.
So the more you've done it, just the better you've gotten. Now, can I ask you a legit question? How long have you been doing it? I'm not talking just professionally. I mean, since the time you made that first card to the last card you've just made.
Now you gotta make me think.
Yeah.
I don't like going back in time, bro, but I got to right now. Let me see. What is it? It's 2025. Would have been, I first witnessed it in March or February because it was right after the national. February 19 or 19, February 2022.
That's a
February
long time. That's
2022.
a long time of mastering your craft, dude. That is a lot of hard work and a lot of time mastering your craft.
And it is because it's different when you start
Mhm.
than like say where I'm at now. Like the time frame to build a card, what I'm gonna do, knowing what I'm gonna do, know what pieces I'm gonna put together, know how I want to design it. Because I actually I design the card, I redesign it. Um, and they got to change the law if they don't want me to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, that's something I was going to ask. Do you ever get pushback? Is there pushback, or is everybody smart enough to know? You're muted, brother.
Yeah, you got yourself muted.
There, I'm unmuted now. There we go.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So where are we at now? Recharge me again.
I was
Have
just
you
going to
got-
ask. Do you get
Sorry.
any pushback ever? Are you getting
Oh.
has somebody been like, hey, or, this isn't what we're looking for, or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Really? See, I would
Oh,
think no matter what I'm doing, if I have a guy out there with no money out of my pocket promoting my brand, my name, what have you, that's a good thing. That would be the thought process, right? So I want to know what kind of pushback you get. Like, what would they say? Are they do they just say
I don't think
like
it was a
this?
natural pushback.
Right.
I think it was an underground pushback. That was. I got escorted out once.
Ooh, of where? That's interesting. Me and Mike Mann have been escorted out of many places, but that was because of our intake of alcohol, what have you.
Fontainebleau.
Oh, you got oh shit, you got escorted out of the spot. Oh,
after going.
I'm gonna be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
yeah.
Play that again, please. Play that again, please.
You better kill me. I'm gonna be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I did. I was escorted out of PS8.
Oh, okay. So it's been a while. It's been a while. So
Yeah, it's been a while
good.
since I got escorted out.
What?
But
So what?
it was an experience.
So okay. So
because-
a couple questions there. One, have you been back? Are you allowed back?
Well, yeah, I went back once, which was PS10. And at PS10, I kind of decided that everything is too expensive. I didn't want to do it anymore. I kind of got to see behind the scenes a little bit. Some of the people weren't as real as they had used to have been. So the charm had worn
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go out with Power Slap 10 being my end because it wasn't that enjoyable for me.
Right.
So what I
That makes
did is I tried, and I wanted to go to Power Slap 12 and have a good time, enjoy myself, and say kind of my goodbyes because I've left Power Slap.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Like so, no more Power Slap cards.
No, I will. If they're my friends and they're in and they want a card, sure. Yeah. But I can't do this free for everybody.
Yeah.
It
Oh
keeps
hell no.
coming up and keeps
Oh,
coming up, keeps coming up. I mean, it just doesn't work out for life,
Correct.
you know.
Yeah.
But I won't quit. I'd rather be a starving artist than
That's just like
somebody in a
everyone walking.
9 to 5.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That was pretty much it. I mean, I'd rather be a starving artist
No,
under
let's be honest.
under
Let's be
freedom.
honest. You would rather be a well-paid rich artist with integrity.
Actually, yeah, if you want to put it,
Yeah.
in a perfect world, but that's not how it works.
No. No, I don't want all your money and pussy. No, keep it to yourself. No.
That's the mistake that people make about me is that I have. That's a
Yeah.
mistake. That's a big mistake. I sold a 1975 Camaro. I sold my camper. I sold all kinds of slabbed cards in order to go to these things.
Oh.
That's how I went. Is I sold everything I had.
Wow.
No,
Not because I'm rich. I sold my treasures.
let's be honest, though. I mean, you've been one of the biggest promoters of this for the longest time, and just the fact you got to pay for anything, I find kind of disgusting. But that's just me. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? It would be nice. I'll tell you what. My only goal in all of this, well, 2 goals. I was hoping to get a sponsor
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
at some point. Get a
Yeah.
sponsor, and then I wanted to have one of my cards be a chase card inside a series that Leaf put out.
That is.
That I didn't think were like astronomically out of this world or too much considering that's all that those were my goals. And when I realized those goals weren't going to be able to be attained, that's when I decided I had to be done.
Do you have a working relationship with Leaf? Or you used to, or maybe y'all had talks and it didn't work out. You don't have to get deep into it. I just
With
thought
who?
Leaf.
Mm. Oh, you're muted.
Dude, I got muted again. Yep. I don't know how this is going on.
No worries. With Leaf, I was going to ask, do you have a working relationship with Leaf Trading?
You can't call it a Leaf working relationship.
Right.
But I do talk to CJ Breen.
Mm-hmm.
We message things. I send him cards when I get an idea that's fun, of a person he likes or a fighter or whatever. Actually, I built cards of him because he used to be a baseball player.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I built 3 CJ Breen cards, and he loves them and he has them, and he loves what I do.
Yeah.
CJ Breen from Leaf loves what I do. But
hold on, Mike.
There's 2 sides to a coin. There's 2 sides to a coin.
Right.
Both sides have to agree. So one side of the coin likes, one side of the coin just says nope. So it just is what it is. And if you got a goal, you gotta find that goal somewhere else then.
That's fair.
No,
absolutely, man. Yeah.
I mean, I still love fights. I love fights. I love the fighters. I absolutely love the fighters.
Best
Love them.
people. That they keep you going. Honestly, shout out. By the way, in the Instagram chat, just because we got a quick second, want to send a shout out to Babyface Power Slap,
You
Charity
hear?
Jones Comedy. Yeah, he's in there. Oh, sorry. He was saying, love you boys. Positively Sober 111, Bellissimo, Yvonne Howard, Charity Jones Comedy. Thank you all. That's over on our Instagram chat. Thank you guys all so much for joining in. We sure appreciate that. Then in our YouTube chat, we got Slap Fight #1 fan. I think that's Power Slap fan. Shout out, brother. Thank you so much. Oh, this is a Kylie. And Kylie is saying, I'm here for my bestie Vern. Wolverine is the GOAT, saying the best fighter over there. So yeah, and they're saying it's good to talk about Slap Fight Championships as well as Power Slap. Thank you all for chatting. You guys are awesome. Shout out to the chatters. Remember, this is your show. This is a show about us. This is, once again, you know why we do what we do. We want everybody else. We want access. And this is why I love the fighters. And I think in between us and the fighters, there's a lot of what do you call it? Layers, right? And I got to be honest, Card Man and you know, Michael Man, he's, you know, more luckily on the entertainment side of it. He gets to just shine and be funny and be cool. But, you know, sometimes I dig in and I deal with the DMs and those kinds of things. And it's kind of, there's a couple of people that are actually getting pushed that have some legit access that are, I think they might be dating somebody connected, but they're not a fan. You know what I'm saying? Or they are now because they're supposed to be. But I was amazed at this. I'm like, this shit is too small right now for people to be acting like this. I understand UFC, right? Because I you know, was in Hawaii. And I remember when it was the BJ Penn days. You know what I mean? I got to hang out with Mark Coleman back before he, you know what I mean? There was a thing called slap fights. I'm talking 20 years ago. You know, so Mark Coleman.
Hang out with?
Mark Coleman. Yeah. I remember being in his hotel room. We were having drinks because back then in Hawaii, I was just a comedian. But, you know, I love fights. And the same people that owned MMA Hawaii partnered with me to do Comedy Hawaii. So I got to go to fights. And it was Rumble on the Rock, if you know what that is, in the old BJ Penn days.
Oh,
His family had that. Yeah, brother. So I got to hang out with him. He broke down the idea of the hammer fist, which he created, and all of that. So anyway, long story short, man, you kind of see it in UFC. You're like, oh, okay, well, this is a $1 billion plus a year industry right now. There's going to be a lot of barriers to entry, a lot of people that may have a press pass, you know what I mean, or something that may act like they're a little bit better than you. Okay, you got to compete. You got to put out good content consistently and show you belong. And I'm not saying you don't have to do that with what we're doing. What I'm saying is I'm shocked at the people who have less numbers than me across the board, but maybe they have a press pass or maybe they know a guy, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, hey, I would love for you to be on our show. We don't really have fighters on our show. We have people like you on our show. Our whole idea is to promote people like you because that's the secret. If we promote you guys and you guys are steadily promoting Power Slap, guess what happens? Power Slap gets promoted and you get promoted and we get to build characters. And the thing is, no offense, but slap fighters come and go. Speaking of, if BJ Penn was my favorite fighter and I was out on UFC when he was gone, I would never watch UFC again and they couldn't build a business, right? It's about people like Card Man. It's about people like Terry and Beyond the Slap. And, you know, to a greater extent, people like us who put it in on that level. And I'm very surprised at the people that are, I'm just shocked. Some of these people I thought, hey, man, they're doing a really good job and their sets are clean and they're working hard. Man, we're going to call them up. They're going to get what we're doing. But not only do they not get it, it's like they I don't know, man. I wanted to just lay that out there and get your opinion and see if you've seen that as well, which it sounds like you have.
Yeah. Well, also, I want to say something real quick, Cardman. This is going back to you talking about the issues that you had and why you left and why you stopped doing what you were doing. First off, I got to tell you, I respect your integrity about you sticking to what you feel, how you feel, still respecting the sport, still respecting the people who are in it and promoting it, but not necessarily agreeing with how you've been treated.
I'm afraid.
Yeah. I just want to say, I have a lot of respect for you and how you handled yourself. You handled yourself like a professional, and you kept your dignity. I just want to let you know I respect everything
Basically,
about
they were like Cardman.
Do not come.
Hey, Cardman, we said,
Do not come.
but Cardman said,
I'm gonna come.
sorry.
I do. I just want to let you know. I wanted to say that before we got into that, but I totally respected. I totally respected how you handled yourself and how you're conducting yourself through this.
Oh,
Much respect.
I've been raised by a good father.
Awesome.
Rest in peace, but I was raised by a good father.
Well,
And I know how to be a good man, and I know how to handle myself under any circumstances. 10 years in the music business, you get a thick skin, brother.
You're used to disrespecting the music business. I know that.
Yeah. So I
Michael
mean,
Mann's actually working on a rock album right now with a couple of other guys. So yeah,
I'm in the studio, but it's not a big deal. Let's get back. Mike, you asked him a very important question.
no, you didn't, dude. You literally cut him off and didn't allow him to answer my question because you wanted to comment on my question, and now you're about to go ask him a question without letting him answer the question I asked him.
I was about to ask him to answer the question that you asked.
Mute. Anyway, so listen. Here's the thing.
so start over for me, Slapmaster. Let's go. Ask me a question so I can answer you.
Sorry. So just basically about the access. I'm going to say it like this: the access and the attitude. I feel like we are too small, too fledgling of an industry right now. And it is a little silly to take yourself that seriously for what we're trying to do. And then we should all be working together to try to benefit everyone in the game currently. And I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts because you've worked in music, because you've worked in comedy, because you're an artist and you understand the power and importance of collaboration. Kind of what are your thoughts on that from a fan's point of view? And then do you feel like Power Slap, the promotion, could do a better job at opening access for reporters, independent reporters, and and guys like us?
Yeah,
Look at Michael Mann.
that's awesome. Reminds me of Star Wars, one of them Tusken Warrior.
Exactly.
Tusken Warrior. Look at him. Put your hat on backwards, bro. Be that Tusken Warrior. And he's gonna light all 4 of them. Watch this. He's gonna take 2 in the nose and 2 in the mouth and light them up. Go, bro. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Let's ride this horse. Let's go
There's
with
one
it.
thing he likes.
Let's
It's
go with
taking
this.
2 in the nose and 2 in the
Let's
mouth.
go with this. You like that? Like that. Now inhale. Now try to exhale, mother. You try to exhale. Watch this.
Come on, let's see it.
Exhale.
Let's see.
No, really exhale.
Come on, smoke like you mean it.
You gotta exhale. See? Yeah. What am I talking about?
You Michael Mann, you get the pew pews for that. You get all the pew pews.
That was good. Hey, that was good, brother. That was some good visual comedy right there. Nice. So, what's your question, Slapmaster?
I do. I was just, man, fuck y'all. How about that? Fuck y'all. But you know what's funny is I was all excited. I'm prepared. Like I was like, I'm gonna do this professional interview. I should have known better. I should have known we were gonna fuck around. We're fucking around. It's fine.
No, you can ask me questions. I'll answer whatever you got.
No, I know. No, we're just having fun. There's too much fun to be had. So
I know. I'm a fun mofo.
Just about access. What do you feel Power Slap can do better to give more access to independent media and journalists and podcasters? Because I honestly believe we're the ones keeping this sport alive right now. I believe that I just do. I just feel like if you like this sport, it is the independent people coming out of pocket like you, like myself, taking time out of our own lives, spending our own money to put this shit together to promote it. Right? For no other reason other than we love it.
Yes.
And hopefully maybe one day I get a press pass so I get to ask some cool questions. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, how is this venue different or blah, blah, blah. But who knows? I would love that, but I'm not going to not do it if I don't get that.
And you're not going to beg for it.
No, they can. Yeah. No.
Yeah. You're not going to play the games and run around the cones that you have to in order to get that. And that was my problem.
Yeah.
That's always my problem. I don't run around people's cones, I just be me and handle my business. And if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, I move away from it and I try something else.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't fight negative energy. there's
That's
negative
interesting.
energy, I do not walk up against it. I don't fight it. I find a pathway that it has a more positive route. That's all.
For sure. Well, that's interesting, man. Like on kind of a side quest note, and that's something that I think in life you're always struggling for that balance. But you know, coming from a dude like you with some definite wisdom, like when do you walk away? When do you stay and fight? You know what I'm saying? Like when is it time to walk away and go, you know what? I fought a good fight, but I count my losses. I know when I know when I'm beaten. And when do you go, you know what? No, it's not over yet. You know what I'm saying? It's not over yet. They're still fighting me. There's still breath in this man. You know, when do you know that? You know?
Well, you know that when you get the amount of respect and care and love from fans and fighters, and the fans and fighters are so kind, and you deal with them and you work with them and you be a part of that, and you nurture that, you help that grow and grow, and nobody gives a shit. So that's when you realize and walk
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
And you
Man.
don't fight anybody about it. You don't yell and scream. You go back, you have one hell of a time, and then you move on.
You
And
wait
it's
for
easy.
when they come down to Nebraska and you go see them there because they're in town.
Yeah. Well, and that's a problem, my friend. And that's a problem I see very clearly. Is everything's in the fourth quarter this year.
Yeah.
Nothing till the fourth quarter. I think it's bullshit.
Well, what's odd about the so, and I don't even know because I honestly Wolverine is one of my
I love Wolverine.
best
What a great
sources. Yeah, man. I mean not well, I'm so sorry. I meant Terry. I meant Beyond the Slap. They're one of the best sources as far as you go watch, which they a little bit of one, a little bit of the other. But
Yeah.
anyway, he's a great source. You know, his channel is a great source for news. And while there are other great slap news sources out there, he usually drops the info first and he drops it in the real way. Like he's like, so and so's talking to so and so. It's not shiny flash. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I mean? His
He
stuff
does.
is real.
He has that inside track somehow.
No,
And
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I
And
think being a good dude. I think being a good dude and being in Vegas. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but I'm still always careful what I tell him.
It's big titties. He has big old man titties. Big man titties. If you just looked at him from the neck down, he's a big titty broad. Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Dave,
I'm not. You know what I'm
you got kids too. You're just a little titty.
I'm gonna be another rapper dad for popping
Little
off the
bitty
mouth.
titty.
I'm shooting the fan.
I know.
Itty bitty, itty
Mike-
bitty,
Michael.
itty.
Michael. Anyway. So oh man, there was so much there. Okay, so are you going to do you think that slap fight championships is something that you're probably gonna maybe pursue a little more and put a little more investment and time in? Do you feel like the overall combat sport of slap fight is just something you're kind of clocked out in, other than loving the fighters and being a fan?
I really love the fighters. I love all the fans. I love everything. But I do think it's time for me to just step away.
Okay.
I think it's come.
Are you gonna stay in the card game?
Oh, that's all I do. I'm a hustler.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Will you come back? Will you come back and talk with us about
I talk to you guys every week. I'll be on your show.
Right.
I'll host this shit. Well,
Bro, if you're still down to do stand-up, dude, we got to get together and do a stand-up. I mean, we're not that
Yes.
far apart. And since you've already done stand-up, I think we'd make a hell of a show. I'm looking at all three of us. I'm like, that's a comedy show I can go see, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'll be down. I'll be down.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to get you on. Let's do some comedy,
Yeah.
bro. So,
Dude,
you guys have casinos in Nebraska by any chance?
No.
Okay.
Do you guys have? Do you guys have alcohol?
The closest, I guess, casino would be Deadwood. Deadwood.
Okay.
Deadwood.
Cool.
Do you have non-relatives in Nebraska?
I don't have family.
Oh, I'm just checking.
He's like, I came out of an egg, and I didn't know where I was, but I knew it was awesome.
I was raised by the wolves.
Yes. The dire wolves that they just brought back. Yes,
I'm an
clearly.
independent entity on this
I
planet.
got nothing to say. I'm in Mississippi. I can't get. If I was any more redneck,
I know. I can tell.
You can tell.
By the way, you're illiterate and stuff.
I am not illiterate. I know how to spell.
I'm sorry, inbred. Inbred. Completely different thing. My bad.
I'm not inbred. My
That's
daddy
a different
said
strain of DNA. Yeah.
my daddy said my mom is not that closely related.
Yes. Your family shares one strand. Bro, Cartman is
Dude, you are
funny.
a goofy son of a bitch. I like you. I like you a lot, dude. You are funny.
You're
Oh.
funny, bro.
Oh,
Oh, Michael, man, isn't it great when we have somebody? I know I'm funny. You motherfucker. Oh, am I funny to you? Am I clown to you? Do I abuse you?
Yeah,
So,
am I Pesci? What's up? You know, dude, that's
Man,
a clown. That's
here's
the
the
clown.
thing. Here's my move, because I know we're coming up on the end. We're a little over time, but God, I'm having so much fun, dude. I don't want to. I'll be
Why we gotta
honest,
stop?
just having fun. You know, yeah, you're right, because I try to keep my shows to a certain amount. You know how it
I
is
know.
with
I got you.
stuff.
I just
But man, here's my pitch to you, man. I'm gonna talk to the folks over at Slap Fight Championships, because they're so there and they're doing so much good stuff. Quite
I know.
honestly, in my opinion, I feel like he's doing too much.
It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I would just let me walk off into the sunset, leave
Yeah,
alone.
he's like, I'm done, damn it. He is Darth Vadering this shit. He's like, no, you saved me, my son. Okay.
It's just time. Just time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. I don't think that I would be accepted at either place at this point.
Oh,
I
wow.
had to give you 100% disclosure.
Were you honest? Did you mess around and be honest with people? Because they hate that. I've
Yeah.
noticed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I feel
I'm
like
not-
you messed
and
around
I'm
and were
not-
like, here's the
and I'm-
truth. And they were like,
And I'm not fucking afraid
Yeah.
to tell people the truth.
I once had sex with my best friend's shoe, and he never talked to me again. I
About a
understand.
shoe?
A shoe, yeah.
That's horseshit. That's horseshit.
No. It was leather.
Okay. It can take horseshit then.
Yes.
You're just saying it was made out of a cow.
Yeah.
I mean, what are saddles made out of, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all that.
That's so hypocritical. I mean, throwing your own cousin on top of its back and then riding it. You know, you're like
Yeah.
riding the whole family. You got the cousin. You're sitting on the cousin that's dead, right?
Wow.
And then you're riding the actual cousin that's still alive.
That's Tuesday.
You're from Mississippi. You're talking about humans. We got cows and horses out here and sheep.
No, what I call that is breeding stock. Well,
You're sick too. You're sick too. Oh, I love it. Oh my.
Dude, Cardman, you have brought the comedy out.
Woo.
Like this reminds me of me and Michael Mann old school. Like when we used to mess around. You know what I mean? We should sit around and just that's what comedians do. We bash each other. We shit on each other, man. So
Yeah, and then look at the instant connection right here. Just over the
Yeah.
comments, right?
well,
I mean, even that. See, that's the human connection.
hell
The
yeah.
human connection on everything, and that's what I'm all about. You know, and then we get in here, we make this human connection, and look what happens. Boom, fire.
Game recognized game.
Next thing you know, we got a human centipede.
Word, and you're in the middle.
You are the meat.
You're
That's the way I like it.
But honestly, he's so skinny. If he was the meat, I'd send the sandwich back. You know what I'm saying?
Where's the beef? Where's the beef?
Mm-hmm. Nothing like hearing a bone slap a xylophone.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Speaking of getting paid income, Michael Mann, what do you got coming up?
Just my dick. I got nothing going on. I'm working on this album, and that's about it.
That's awesome. Are you gonna maybe have a couple tracks for us to be able to check out soon?
Yeah, I sent you a track the other day. I just got myself a new recorder in. I'll send you something here in the next few days. I just got myself a new Tascam recorder. I'm doing this stuff by mail. You know how it is these days. You send the tracks to the drummer, who sends it to the singer, we send it to the producer. We're not in the same room.
Did you
It's
say
just like
Tascam?
it's like
You got a
sex.
brand new- Is it a cassette recorder? Do you press record and
No,
play
it's
it?
not a
at the same
cassette
time?
recorder.
Yeah, I don't know nothing you're talking about because I do all that on my own.
Oh, really? Like sex, right?
Like
Oh.
drums and then the keys and the guitar and then the vocals and then the bass. I just do all that on my own. So I don't know about sending shit everywhere.
Well, anyway, speaking of sex on your own, if I was Card Man, I could look in the mirror and come to myself, probably. You know, with that beard. You know what I'm saying? I could get there.
Oh, I
You
know.
know,
He looks like a very old vagina with eyes. Oh,
You're right. Look at like looking down. Like here's the split right here, right here. Like right here.
He looks
See
like
it?
if Santa Claus had an OnlyFans. You know?
There you go.
Hey,
Here you go, Michael. I'll give you something for tonight. Think about that tonight when you're laying in bed.
oh, trust me, I will. I will. Okay.
I love you guys. This was fun, man. This was fun.
Yeah,
I probably didn't
do-
get accomplished what you wanted accomplished, but it was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, I wanted to get you like honestly, bro. You have so much going on. You're so cool and creative. I didn't think you'd want to mess. I figured you'd be like, man, these guys are dumb. Like I'm creative. I'm doing. Look at my shit. I'm doing awesome shit. Why would I? Oh, but the fact that you not only hung out, but you're one of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just like I told you when you called yourselves. What do you call your
doofus? We're doofuses. I wanted to warn you.
Me too. I'm a doofus. We're gonna fit in just
I think we should call the podcast Three Stupid Hats.
Three stupid hats.
Three stupid hats.
I prefer two stupid hats and an age patient. But you know, however you want it.
That's on you, Michael, because I ain't got no AIDS, bro.